Hi there, Mrs. Scott here. It's Thursday, so it's writing time. I always look forward to a Thursday because writing is my favourite subject and I love to teach it, and I enjoy nothing more than reading your wonderful stories. And I know that today you're going to write an amazing story. Oops, sorry about that. Your story is going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to write about a mythical sea creature. It can be a creature that you've read about, it can be a creature that you've found out about or been told about, or it can be a creature that you invent completely yourself. I've given you three pieces of links that will take you to pages that could help you. The first page is all about Scottish myths and legends and is starring 5 or 6 mythical Scottish sea creatures, including the Kelpies and the Loch Ness Monster. You can write about any of these creatures in your story if you wish. I've also given you a plan, and if you want to use that plan to help you write your story from scratch, then please do so. However, you might think, oh, I can't do that. I can't think of a story, and that's perfectly okay. Well, I've also given you a story starter to help you, and you're going to use all your great vocabulary and all the things you've been learning about similes and metaphors to write a really exciting story. Now, I was just Googling using my phone and I was looking up Greek myths and legends. I've given you some stuff or reading on Scottish myths and legends. And I happened to come across a page about Greek myths and legends. And I was hearing remember, Greek words are really difficult and people pronounce them in lots of different ways, but I'm going to call these monsters, Scylla and Charybdis. I hope that's the right way to pronounce it. I've actually looked up how to pronounce it and that's how they suggest, so let's go with that. Mediterranean sailors were terrified by a dreadful pair of monsters, Scylla and Charybdis, who lived on either side of a narrow sea channel between Italy and Sicily. Charybdis was said to lie beneath a rock 3 times a day. She sucked in huge amounts of water before spitting it out again. This created a vast, raging whirlpool that dragged ships down beneath the waves. Sailors, desperate to avoid the wrath of this monster, risked sailing too close to the fearsome Scylla. Myth tells that this monster was once a beautiful water nymph loved by Poseidon. The sea god's wife became jealous and transformed the nymph into a beast with 6 long necks, each topped by a ferocious head. The monster's gaping mouths each contained 3 rows of pointed teeth. Concealed in her dark sea cave, Scylla silently lay in wait for passing ships. When one passed within reach, out shot her ravenous heads to snatch and devour the victims. Perhaps you would like to use that as an incentive for your story, or perhaps you've got a monster yourself that you want to create. I've also given you an idea of a story plan. That's to help you if you want to use that. It's quite a good start, and I'm sure you've had a look at the photograph already. The story starter begins like this. It came from the sea, calmly at first. An enormous, slithering tentacle slowly oozing its way over the top of the sea, exploring the metal and concrete shapes with suckers the size of your front door. Then, as more and more people came, and shrieks and cries of alarm filled the air, the creature became angry. All hell broke loose. In an almighty tangle of limbs and water and buildings and people, the beast came violently exploding out of the frothing water. The normally sturdy metal supports of the buildings groaned under the extreme weight of the gigantic tentacles crushing them. Panic, complete panic set in. But where had the creature come from? What did it want? How could anybody stop it? There wasn't time for people to think, only to run! If you think you might like to finish that story, that is fine by your teachers. Boys and girls, think about all the wow words you know and have used. Make sure capital letters and full stops and any other punctuation will give you added points and marks. I can't wait to read your stories. There are no rules in terms of what sea monster to write about, your own, a Greek myth or legend, a Scottish one, the one that's just been described to you just now. It's entirely up to you. And remember, Disney's got a few sea monster creatures as well. Ursula is the first one I can think of. Okay, boys and girls, enjoy your writing. Can't wait to read your stories.